Hey everyone, are you ready to explore how AI is going to totally reshape how we learn in the future? We're diving into this really interesting white paper from EON Reality,
Yeah.
and it's really got me thinking about what skills will we even need in a world where AI is kind of running the show?
Yeah, it's a big question.
It is a big question,
Yeah.
and the paper lays out these three phases of AI's evolution. Like you've got these AI agents, then there's artificial general intelligence or AGI,
Hmm.
and then you've got like the super advanced stuff, artificial superintelligence, ASI.
Yeah.
But EON Reality isn't just, predicting the future here. They're offering some real strategies for how education can actually keep up with all of this change.
Right. It's
I
not
mean,
just about freaking out about the robots taking over. It's about saying, okay, change is going to happen. So how can education help people thrive?
exactly. And I think that's like a really important point. So let's dive into phase one, shall we? AI agents. The paper predicts this is going to be happening uh, like full swing between 2025 and 2028. We're talking AI that can handle all those like routine tasks, which honestly sounds kind of helpful, but also a little bit scary.
Yeah, I get that. It's understandable to feel a little uneasy. I mean, think about it. If AI is doing all the routine stuff, we're going to have to adapt pretty quickly. And that's where the white paper really emphasizes the need for education to become more agile.
Agile, okay.
Yeah, they're talking about adaptable curricula, so learning is ongoing and it's always responding to what the job market needs. It's changing all the time.
So it's not like that old model of getting a degree and you're set for life. It's more about like constantly learning and upskilling, right?
Exactly. Like, they even suggest shorter, more focused courses so people can quickly become job ready for the new roles that are going to pop up as AI takes over other tasks. And it's not just about technical skills either.
Interesting. So what else are they saying?
Well, they actually talk about the emotional and psychological impact of all this. For a lot of people, the shift to AI can be kind of unsettling.
Yeah, for sure.
So they suggest integrating psychological support systems into education and training programs to help people through that transition.
Makes sense. I like that they're acknowledging the human side of all this.
Yeah.
But here's where things get really interesting to me. They advocate for something called immersive training. It's using virtual and augmented reality, or XR,
Right. XR.
to make learning more engaging and effective.
XR is basically encompassing virtual reality VR and augmented reality AR.
Right, VR is like you're totally immersed in a digital world,
Mm,
and AR overlays digital stuff onto the real world.
exactly.
So instead of just like reading about a concept, you could actually experience it firsthand in a virtual environment.
Mhm.
And the paper argues that this could be like a total game changer for things like reskilling.
Oh, absolutely.
Like imagine learning to repair an AI-powered machine by actually doing it virtually
Yeah.
before you even touch the real thing.
Yeah. It's brilliant, especially with how fast technology changes. Traditional classrooms can struggle to keep up. But immersive training, you can experience real world scenarios, practice your skills, and it's okay to make mistakes because it's a safe environment. It's like learning by doing, but taken to a whole new level.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit and look at phase two, which the paper says is going to happen roughly between 2028 and 2033. This is where we encounter AGI, artificial general intelligence machines that can basically think like humans. So how does AGI impact education? Because that level of intelligence has to change everything.
Yeah, it totally does. The paper predicts that AGI is going to completely reshape our idea of jobs. When machines can do most tasks as well as we can, what does it even mean to work? What's our purpose? That's where education has to step up.
So it's not just about training for a specific job anymore.
Right. It's about fostering curiosity, creativity, critical thinking. It's about nurturing those uniquely human skills that machines, even super intelligent ones, can't replicate, helping people find their passions, what makes them tick, not just prepping them for a job that might not even exist in a few years.
That's a really cool shift from job-centric to purpose-driven. And I feel like immersive learning could play a big role in this too, right?
Absolutely. The paper talks about using XR to create simulations where learners can try on different futures, explore different fields in a really engaging way. Imagine a student who loves marine biology being able to virtually dive into the ocean, or someone interested in architecture designing a building in VR. That kind of experiential learning can really ignite a passion for learning and help people find their calling. It's about moving past that idea that education just stops once you've got your degree. It's about creating a culture of learning and exploring all the time.
So instead of that traditional four-year college thing, we're talking about more flexible options, right? Like you can jump into a learning program when you need to and then jump back out and come back later.
Exactly. And this is where the work that EON Reality is doing becomes super relevant. They're the company behind this white paper.
Right, because they're developing the actual tools and platforms to make this kind of personalized on-demand learning actually happen.
Yeah. They specialize in XR. And their platform has this huge library of immersive learning modules. Like we're talking technical skills, soft skills, even those big picture topics like ethics and how AI is going to impact society. And it's all delivered through these really engaging VR and AR experiences.
So someone who's been working in, say, manufacturing for years, and their job is getting automated, they could use these simulations to quickly upskill in something like AI maintenance or data analysis.
That's the idea. And it's not just about retraining for specific jobs either. The white paper is really emphasizing the importance of fostering a love of learning, like a natural curiosity that makes you want to explore new ideas throughout your life. And that's where immersive learning can be so powerful.
Because it makes learning fun. Who wouldn't want to learn about history by, like, walking through ancient Rome in VR? Or understanding biology by exploring the human body from the inside out?
Exactly. That excitement, the joy of discovery, that's what fuels lifelong learning.
I
It's
like
about moving beyond the idea of education as a chore and embracing it as an adventure.
Love it. Okay, so let's talk about EON Reality's role in all this. The white paper outlines some specific steps they're taking to make this vision a reality. They're expanding their VR and AR content libraries, but they're also doing something else that's pretty cool.
They're really investing in AI integration, which opens up some really amazing possibilities. Like imagine an XR learning platform that's powered by AI.
So it's like having a personal virtual tutor that can tailor the experience to your needs.
Exactly. This AI could personalize your learning path, adapt to your pace, figure out your strengths and weaknesses, and then give you customized feedback and support.
Wow, that kind of personalization could be a game changer for learners who maybe don't thrive in traditional classroom settings.
For sure. And the cool thing is EON Reality isn't just focusing on like elite schools or wealthy students. They're really working to make sure everyone has access to these tools.
They want to make education more equitable.
Yeah, they're working with governments and NGOs to bring XR and AI-driven learning to underserved communities. It's about bridging the digital divide and creating a more equitable future for learning.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of information. What's the big takeaway from this white paper? What do they want our listener to walk away with?
The message is pretty clear. We're on the edge of a huge shift in education, and AI is driving it. The way we learn the skills we need, even the whole purpose of education, it's all changing really fast.
It sounds like a call to action. Like they're saying, hey, educators, policymakers, businesses, even individuals, we need to get ready for this future of learning.
Yeah, the world is changing faster than ever, and we need to be prepared to navigate that complexity, embrace lifelong learning, and find purpose in a world that's increasingly shaped by AI.
And immersive learning powered by XR and AI that has the potential to be a key part of that transformation. It's not just about the tech, it's about creating these really engaging and personalized learning experiences that make us love learning and help us reach our full potential.
It's about getting ready for a future where the only thing that's constant is change.
Okay, so we've talked about the big picture, the trends, the possibilities. Let's get practical now. What can our listener do today to get ready for this AI-driven future?
That's the big question, and it's what we're going to dig into right after this quick break.
All right, we are back and ready to get practical. We spent a lot of time talking about how AI is going to change education, but now I want to focus on what you, our listener, can actually do about it.
Yeah, I know it's easy to feel a little overwhelmed by all this future talk, but the good news is you don't have to be a tech genius or an AI expert to start preparing.
Okay, that's good to hear. So let's say someone's listening to this and they're thinking, okay, all this future stuff is interesting, but I'm already settled in my career. Is it too late for me to start thinking about this?
Not at all. Honestly, one of the main messages of this white paper is that lifelong learning isn't just a nice idea anymore. It's absolutely essential. And that's true no matter where you are in your career.
I like that.
Yeah.
So where do you even begin?
Well, I think a good first step is to really take stock of your current skills and what you're passionate about. What are you good at? What do you really enjoy doing? And then think about how those skills might translate to a world where AI is becoming more and more common.
So like, for example, if I'm a writer and AI is already writing a lot of content, how do I make sure I'm still relevant?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think you need to figure out what makes you unique, what you bring to the table that AI can't. Maybe you specialize in a niche area where human creativity is still essential. Or you focus on editing and refining AI-generated content, adding that human touch. Or maybe you explore new ways of storytelling using AI as a tool to help you.
I like that. It's not about competing with AI. It's about finding ways to work with it.
Exactly. And that applies to pretty much every field. Are you a teacher? Think about how you can use AI tools to personalize instruction or create more immersive learning experiences for your students. Are you in healthcare? Explore how AI can help with diagnosis or treatment planning, which frees up your time to focus on connecting with your patients.
So first step, take stock of your skills and how they fit into this new world. What's next?
Embrace continuous learning. The idea of finishing school and being done with education is over. You have to commit to constantly updating your skills, whether that's through online courses, workshops, industry conferences, or even just reading books and articles about things that interest you.
And this is where those immersive learning platforms like the one EON Reality is building come in. They give you access to those fun and interactive experiences that make learning really effective.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of networking. Talk to people in your field, go to events, join online communities. Staying on top of the latest trends is crucial for staying ahead of the curve. Remember, this isn't about just keeping up, this is about thriving.
So much great advice. Any last words of wisdom for our listeners who might still be feeling a little nervous about all this change?
Don't be afraid to experiment. Try out new tools, explore different learning platforms, push yourself outside your comfort zone. We're lucky to have so many resources available, often for free or very cheap. Learning has never been more accessible.
It's about being curious and playful. Sometimes the best way to learn is to just dive in and try things out.
Totally. And remember, you're not alone in this. Find mentors, connect with your peers, build a support system. Learning is always better and honestly more fun when you do it with other people. We're all in this together.
Well, this has been an amazing deep dive into the future of learning in the age of AI. We've explored some big questions about how AI is going to reshape education, the skills we'll need to be successful, and the importance of lifelong learning and being adaptable.
And we talked about how immersive learning can help all of us navigate this new world and discover the joy of constantly learning and growing.
So as we wrap up, here's one last thought-provoking question for you to consider. If you could step into a VR simulation and try on any future career, what would it be and why? Let us know in the comments.
And if this conversation got you curious, be sure to check out the full white paper from EON Reality. We'll post a link on our website. It's a really interesting read that will make you excited about the future of learning.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those imaginations going. The future is waiting to be shaped, and education is the key to unlocking its potential.